we're relatively happy to be 9-3, despite leaving a couple on the table. There were very winnable games. This was a game that I thought would be a real challenge. They spread you out. They're small. They shoot the three really, really well. They have guys that can get anywhere they want to with the ball. And a lot of people have picked to win the Horizon League, which is obviously a really good basketball conference. And then after the two heartbreaking losses, you never know how your guys are going to respond. Our guys came back with great spirit in practice, really intentional about working and continuing to develop our chemistry. And I thought we saw a lot of carryover from what we've been focused on to what we did in the game, other than the obvious turnovers.
Chris, you just talk about the work that Roddy did on the offensive glass and the work that you guys did on the boards today.
I thought we were especially early, we were moving and cutting, and when we generate, you just watch the game of basketball, when the team generates a really good shot, typically there's players on the glass. They can anticipate the shot, they see it coming, and there's a synergy to it. And I thought that really helped him. It seemed like our cutting, our screening gave us great looks, and then the guys were on the glass. I thought Roddy played really well tonight. I thought he made a lot of invisible plays, obviously getting 12 and 6s, and 12, 6, and 4 is a great line. But I thought his decision-making was sound. I thought defensively, when we did play him in long stretches, the second half he made a big jump defensively in the second half as well.
Zach?
Your team started 8 for 9 from 3, also had over 75% shooting that first half. Can you just talk about what a confidence building that is just to shoot that well in the first half?
We felt like coming back home, as long as we got more paint touch threes, rhythm threes, that we would shoot it well, because we have good shooters. And so I think in the last couple games, there have been times when we're pulling away from the basket, we're on our heels, we didn't have a chance to get our feet ahead of the pass, and we shot it anyway because we were open, but the percentage of those shots are certainly lower than step-in threes, but also like we just have too many weapons to shoot okay shots. And I thought for the most part tonight we turned down a lot of good shots to get really good shots.
Steve?
Who is your backup point guard? And talk about what Justin Pippen gave you today.
Yeah, Reuben Jones has been at times, LJ, Pip have all been mad at times, and then usually when Trey's out, we try to have Danny Wolf in. Just to help relieve some pressure and alleviate some of those things. But Justin Pippen's a good player. I mean, if he doesn't get hurt, and when he showed up this summer, he was ready to play in a college game. And then when you miss a summer and a fall of practice, there's certain things in the game that if you played, then you know what your teammates are going to do. You can anticipate. There's just when guys are playing with each other and for each other, there's a synergy to it. And he's developing that now. He's sound. Seeing those shots go in were great, but I thought he defended well. His communication was good. I think he's going to be a really good basketball player.
What have you learned about your rotation, and how important is it to maybe have a set roles rotations, or is that important? I don't know.
A majority of coaches think that that's important. I don't know. I don't want to lose. I don't want to tighten up our rotation because a game is going a certain way. If those guys continue to practice the way they've been practicing and compete, not one day, not 2 days, the Mays team, they can't play really well for a day or two and think everything's just going to flip. But if they continue to work like that with longevity, with intention, put in extra time, then their roles will grow. And to be honest, I told the staff coming out of halftime, I said, if any of these guys really decide to communicate at a high level this half, their minutes are going to go up. So it's not as if we're sitting there saying, hey, Pitt comes in and bangs in 30. It's these guys show that they're going to value the details, that win and lose in games at the Garden and games in the Big Ten tournament, then they have a real opportunity to improve their minutes and their role in the rotation. And knock on wood, we've been relatively injury-free. Ruben got dinged a little bit today, but over the course of a season, there's going to be guys rolling ankle. There's going to be illness. So if those guys can stay ready, they have some bright spots coming up.
Eli?
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about Sam Walters? Shots not falling as of recent, but can you talk about the impact that he can still make in the court and what you see from him, like outside of the three-point shooting?
I wish Sam appreciated as much as we do the gravity that he provides on the court. And what I mean by gravity, when he checks in a game, they're worried about his shooting, his floor spacing. And Pip's threes. He got 3 wide open threes, and I think if I go back and look at the film, it's a direct result of Sam running the same lane and the defender fully committing to Sam and leaving Pip open, and then Sam made the right play. So it's tough because as coaches, we've been around the game a long time, and we value, and I think our staff does as good a job as anyone in the country of valuing all those details and invisible plays. But he does that for us at all times, so he's got to take the pressure off of making and missing and hunting shots. He had a couple of nice drives today. He stepped his heels on the sideline. The court geography he'll continue to get better at as we get more fluid with our stuff. But the shots went in; they were on good balance. Sam's going to, once again, we believe in Sam. Just him being on the court makes everyone else significantly better.
Tony?
Yeah, Dusty, one more on, if we could, on where you started, just where you're at, big picture, because sometimes it's easy to lose it when the teams are mismatched like this. Just where you're at and coming off those 2 losses before, if you could just continue to expand on that and how you feel about this team heading into Big Ten play. Like, I don't know if today changes anything, right? A day where you're making shot, like.
No, today, the way we practice, the way we interact with each other, our attitude every day, those are the things that give me hope or bring fear and anxiety. I love our staff, I love our players. So if we continue to grow together and support each other and do it for each other, then I think this team has a really high ceiling. A mentor of mine said this a few years ago. Unfortunately, there's going to be about 5 of those in the entire nation of teams that are really committed to doing it with each other, for each other. And so if we can, then we're going to have a great season. If not, there's going to be bumps in the road, and there'll probably be bumps in the road either way. But I like the direction we're going. I see our turnovers are different now. We're not making the same ones. I think we're getting better on the glass, our communication. The things that are going to give you long-term success are improving.
So the close losses, you're seeing, I mean, obviously 3 by 5 total points. You see it more as like could be undefeated than a problem of not closing out, or how do you weigh those?
Yeah, we certainly could be undefeated, but we also could have lost to Iowa. We could have, there's some other. It's just, yes, we wish we had those games back. There's been a lot that went into losing those games, but at the end of the day, we played really high-level basketball for about 25 to 30 minutes in all 3 of them. And our goal is to just get closer to 40 minutes of high-level basketball. And I think as coaches, we're not looking for perfection. We're just looking for intense, passionate effort for 40 minutes. And like I said, because we have good players that know how to play this game, we trust that the chips will fall where they may.
Steve?
Dusty, can you evaluate LJ Kaysen at this point, and where you see what you like and what you think needs improvement?
His practice habits have to improve. His day-to-day work. There's no way that I've lost any faith in him. We've lost any faith in him. He's a player, and just sometimes you go with guys that have done it at this level, and there's a comfort level of guys that are 21 versus 18. But he's going to get there if he stays committed to the process of working and growing and I guess embracing. I don't want to call it failure because it's all temporary. None of it's final. But just embracing that this is going to be difficult, and everyone goes through it. Almost everyone goes through it, and if you bust that wall down, then you usually like where you are on the other side.
Chris, you want to close us out?
You talked about we're needing to be together. How close are you in terms of, I know you say you're trending in the right direction, but do you feel really good about these guys playing for each other right now?
I do. I do. In practice, you can see the guys communicating better. Like we just told them, we played 12 games together. We played 12 basketball games as a group. We have a new staff. Majority of us haven't worked together. As far as the players, staff, the unity, we just haven't. And so I would love to be, firing on all cylinders right now, but realistically, I don't think anyone's doing that. And should we expect to be doing that, it would probably be a little bit, I guess, naive. But yeah, I like the direction we're going.